Part 2 of my Alaska video series. Quick trip to Grouse Mountain, then onward to Alaska we go. Being on the West Coast allows for a later sunset, like 9:30 at night in May in Vancouver. So we decided to make it a super full day, head up to Grouse Mountain, which was at an elevation of 4,000 feet, and check it out. And it gave us an opportunity to see some snow.
Our stay was short but fun, and it was getting late, so it was time to say goodbye to Grouse Mountain. Head back to the hotel and get ready for the next adventure.
You know what they say, all good things must come to an end. It was time for us to leave Vancouver. But I'm not that depressed. I'm going to Alaska. Anyways, I would go back to Vancouver. I didn't get to spend that much time there. It was really beautiful. So there's a high possibility I will be planning a trip back there. I did like the area that we stayed in, the English Bay. And I really enjoyed going out to the wilderness and seeing the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. There were so many other areas there that we could have seen, like Stanley Park. Just didn't have the time. But onward and upward. And when I say upward, I mean upward. Up in the mountains we go.
Next stop, getting on the ship.
And the main attraction is Alaska. I'm going to change my outfit. This hat is hot.
Our next 7 days is on the radiance of the seas. After dragging a bunch of bags to our room, we sat on the stern of the ship for some lunch with some local residents.
Okay, we made it. We're on the ship. Our feet hurt. A lot of walking. Past the mustard drill. It's just sweaty.
I need to be outside.
Oh, look at how white my face looks. White balance is on the automatic. Ooh, see? Apparently, you want to go outside and stand?
I'm pushing off. I want to see going out of here.
We'll find a place to sit, man. I'm tired of standing.
Or if I go over there and sit in those windows.
What windows?
Shove off. What? Oh, you got another one coming around right here.
What, airplane?
Yeah. Why don't you get up inside the partition? You can stand on that wood. It's strong enough.
I know, but I can't. It's at an angle. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see if I can get it. another one come by.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to see the seaplanes, you just have to go outside. So much for sitting down. The Vancouver skyline was beautiful, and we were getting ready to leave port. So yeah, I made the old man happy. I went outside for a while. I snapped some pictures because, it is beautiful. But after a while, it was just time for me to sit down. Relax. After all, I am on vacation.
Okay, I'm exhausted. Do I look exhausted? First day of the cruise and I'm tired. But I'm not that tired. On the bar. Patrick went to go find a more appropriate place to watch the sending off. It is very pretty here. Lots of mountains, lots of very tall buildings, a lot of seaplanes, and some big ass seagulls. We're already managing to make the room nice and sloppy. We do have a balcony room. Let's go out and see what it's like. And this is my view as we exit Vancouver and head off to Alaska.
Up next, we have a full day at sea before we arrive in Ketchikan, which means taking advantage of the onboard entertainment. Our first day Friday was pretty much leaving Vancouver, having lunch, throwing back a few cocktails, and enjoying dinner. Saturday was a full day at sea and brought something much different.
It's funny, you spend an entire day at sea trying to get to your destination. They think of all kinds of ways for you to spend money on this ship.
From buying jewelry to champagne tasting, there's something for everyone. Even a seminar on the health benefits of acupuncture.
So usually it's about 20 to 40 minute treatment, however. After that, I'll take out all the needles and then I also give recommendations. So I want to make sure that these treatment effects are going to last. Like I said, it is a holistic medicine, so I want to know about things like digestion. I want to know about your sleep, or whatever your chief complaint is. I'm going to be asking about the nature of it. Like I said, with the headache, depending on where it's located,
The nature of it,
his
his name's Patrick Veligan.
Depending on his sleep, that's
Just kidding, honey.
someone has issues where
Sunday morning, first stop, Ketchikan, Alaska.
Day 3 of our Alaska cruise. We headed into Ketchikan. And just like I expected, it was gorgeous.
We had a full day planned, checking out the sights downtown, and then on to sea kayaking. That should be interesting. We also noticed a watering hole conveniently located next to the ship. I'll get back to that later.
Okay, have you watch your step here and watch your head going in and then report to the boat. And then I'll meet you all the way at the back.
So we were suited up and headed out to rendezvous with a second boat, where the kayaks were located. A smooth ride it was not, and I just kept praying that it wouldn't rain. We were outfitted with protective gear and carefully got into the kayaks, which were in the icy water. Then off we went. The views were beautiful and the seas were relatively calm. We saw all kinds of sea life and even a few eagles. We made it back safe and sound, snapped a few pictures, and treated to some smoked salmon. It was a very nice tour. Up next, downtown Ketchikan.
Got a little bit of rain. Fortunately, after we finished our orca kayaking excursion.
We were looking for a dry location to enjoy a beverage. And the Arctic bar looked just like the perfect place for it.
What do you mean watch that? I'm gonna watch you. Sexual harassment.
In your own establishment.
No shit. No, I just have one. I have to keep track of him. What? Nothing. Oh, nothing. I turned down a just because. Oh, look at you. What did I say?
Well, I didn't see you turn it down. It's still in your hand.
I'm selling this one.
Oh.
Okay, well, I went over and said, Edward, we have a driver coming to get you, honey. And he says, well, I don't want to go. I'm going to go. I don't want to go with them. I'm
stay.
going now. And I said, I'll kill you at that front door if you fuck. And he said, would you do that, Paul? I said, yeah, fuck.
So if you're in Ketchikan, you gotta visit the Arctic bar. Ask for Paula. It's a riot. Time to get back on the ship, and it's still raining.
Today went well. It didn't rain until after we went kayaking. That's a good thing. We found this cute little bar right near the cruise ship. However, Patrick had far too many beers. He's back. As I was saying, Patrick enjoyed his day far too well, and he's not feeling too good. So, Lisa had to have dinner solo tonight. Figured I'd wrap up the day back here in the Colony Lounge, which is pretty quiet because there's nothing going on back here tonight. So, tomorrow, icy straits, Jeep ride in the wilderness, praying it's warmer than it was today because it was 48 today.
Next up, Hoona, Alaska, aka Icy Straits. In part 3 of my video series.